If you are ready to finally lose that weight that's been holding you back all this time, I'm here to help you. Up until April of 2023, I weighed over 300 pounds, and in 14 months, I lost 156 pounds. I hit my goal in June of this year. Every day for the last few days, I have been breaking this down for you in steps to get you ready to start your weight loss journey on January the 2nd. We talked about the right mindset and motivation. We talked about the food. We talked about the physical activity that you need to do. But now we're going to talk about the intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is where you have a certain time frame in the day when you're allowed to eat, and then you have to fast the rest of the day. Some people do it for 12 hours. Some people do 14 hours. I started out at 16 hours, and then in the end, I was doing 18 hours, and then I was doing a 24-hour fast once a week. 24 was the most that I did, but I wanted to make sure that I got my calories, my daily calories in every day before I started. Now, that doesn't mean binge eat all you want in that window that you're allowed to eat. That means get your certain calories that you're allowed to have in that day in, and then cut yourself off at a certain time, and then you fast until the next day. So when I was doing a 24-hour fast, I would get all my calories in by like 10 a.m. And then that means that I would fast all the way to 10 a.m. the next day, and then I would start eating again. The whole point in doing a fast is that fasting puts your body into something called autophagy. And autophagy is basically what it means is self-eating mode, which that's not pleasant sounding. But a lot of people think that when you're fasting, your body is consuming healthy tissue, but that is not the truth. What happens is your body is consuming cellular waste. It'll rid your body of fat cells, but it'll also rid your body of like excess skin. Autophagy can actually help you get rid of things like tumors and cancer cells. I actually started noticing a lot of positive changes in my body when I was intermittent fasting. Now, people have talked about how I do have some loose skin. I'm 45 years old, if you didn't know that. And so I do have a lot of skin elasticity issues because I lost a lot of weight and because I'm 45, but not nearly as bad as a lot of people have. There are so many people that I have seen that have lost less weight than I have, and they have a lot of loose skin. And I really think that the fact that I was doing the intermittent fasting has spared me some of that. I had very little health issues before I started losing weight. You know, it was kind of a surprise seeing as how I was over 300 pounds and I ate junk food all the time. But the few complaints that I did have, like I had some skin irritations that itched all the time. I had them on my scalp. I had them on my armpits. I had them on my inner thighs. I even had them on my eyelids, and I've got like little scars from it here, but all of those issues went away as I started fasting. I used to have this problem every year when I would develop a cough twice a year, and every single time that cough would last 3 months. So for 6 months out of every year, I coughed my head off. I don't do that anymore. I got a cough last October. I had RSV, and I started coughing. I was like, here it comes. Well, I did a 24-hour fast, and after that fast was over, the cough was over. And so I really believe that the fasting helped me heal my body. Now, here's the rules about intermittent fasting. You're allowed to have your calories in that eating window. So if you decide you want to do a 16-hour fast, that's how I started. 16 hours of the day you're fasting. 8 hours is when you're allowed to eat. So you got to make sure that you get all of your calories in that 8-hour window, and don't go over your calories. You know, figure out what your calorie intake should be based on the app that you decide to use. I used Do Fasting. I also used Lose It. I know people that's used MyFitnessPal and had good results with that. But whatever app you decide to use, make sure you're updating it as your weight is going down. Reach your calorie goals in your eating window, and then cut yourself off. During your fasting time, you have only water, black coffee, or plain tea. Technically, you're not supposed to have sweeteners, and you're not supposed to have any cream. 0 calories. 0 calories. They say that you can have like 9. So a lot of times if I started to have these hunger pangs, and they always hit me in the evening once in a while, you know, I would start to think, you know, I gotta have something. I would chew a piece of gum. I don't know where 9 calories comes from, but I would allow myself a 5-calorie piece of gum once in a while. Watch out for things like Tums or gummy vitamins, or even stuff like fish oil vitamins. Any kind of oil vitamins, they'll have like 60 calories. So watch out for stuff like that. But I'm going to tell you something. I drank Diet Dr. Pepper the entire time, and you're not supposed to do that. I even would put like the little stir water enhancers in my water because there's 0 calories. If you use the powder flavorings for your water, watch them, because almost every one of them has 5 calories per pack. So don't do that when you're fasting. You will lose the weight fasting having 0-calorie drinks, but you don't get the entire health benefits of intermittent fasting, such as ridding your body of all that cellular waste. So you might, if you have health issues that you want to, get off of medication or whatever, the fasting, if you do it strictly and make sure that you're only having water, plain coffee, plain tea, you'll probably see the benefits better. At the very last stage of my weight loss journey, I had been stuck with like 10 pounds left to lose from April until June. So over like 6 weeks, I got stuck and my weight would not move. And I gave up the Diet Dr. Peppers and was fasting while only drinking water all day long. And I lost that 10 pounds and I hit my goal in June. So it does make a difference. The weight would probably come off faster if you do give up the diet drinks. When is the best time of day to do your eating, and when is the best time to do your fasting? Now, this is a big debate for a lot of people. If you go online and you Google it, it says it doesn't matter. You just want to make sure that your fasting time is in the evening. But I am a firm believer that you need to fast in the PM. I come from the school of thought that you are supposed to start your day off with fuel, and then you're supposed to go to bed with an empty stomach. I start my day off first thing in the morning with breakfast. And breakfast is your gas for the day. That is what you need to fuel you through the day. So breakfast to me is the most important meal of the day. And a lot of people put so much emphasis on dinner. I have known people that have lost a little bit of weight by fasting in the morning and eating at night, but then they stop. It is never good to go to bed with a full stomach. First of all, that's going to cause sleep problems. You're going to wake up tired the next morning because your liver is going to be working overtime trying to process all that food. I like to make sure I burn my calories for the day before I go to bed, and then I sleep so much better. At least cut your dinner off by like 5 o'clock. Anything after that, you should be fasting. But if you Google it, it says it doesn't matter what time of day. Just make sure that your sleeping window is in your fasting window. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll be happy to help any way that I can. You can do this. And I'm here to help.